Okay, it is still May 9th, and I've come out here to show you what I've done and what I plan on doing. And I haven't finished raking the driveway, and I'm not going to yet because there's still snow on the other side of that rock right there. So I'm going to wait until the creepy crawlies do their thing. I'll be raking this stuff up too. But I knew I could rake from here to, I don't know, see that Willie's Dam Camp sign there maybe. I've raked until there. But we had a couple birch trees fall. Oh, and this one's overhanging the driveway, which is okay because it's hung up over here. And this right here broke where it did, so I was able to pick this up. And we'll get rid of this here another week or so. Not in any hurry. I want other things done first. And here is another hugelkultur bed that I started a few years ago, and you can see the layers. And I've been working this, adding compost, adding, ooh, something stepped in my bed. I see footprints right there. That's big enough to be a moose or even a bear. I'll have to look at that closer in a second. But I planted a test crop here last year and of squash, and they did quite well considering it doesn't get much sun here, or it didn't. But this year I'm going to be planting this whole bed. And I had to clean up. I had to cut some limbs here, and I had deadhead that tree right there, that small tree right there, so the afternoon sun can come in this way and actually give me some sun, and I should be able to grow tomatoes and cukes and squash and your heat-loving stuff. And I think I get enough sun now that I can actually plant the full bed, anything that the bunnies won't eat. And this right here is work in progress. I've been trying to expand it this way, and eventually I'm coming out to here, and I'm hoping to expand it to just inside this tree right here, this dead tree, all the way to where that ends right there. But you can see the progress more specifically here. Here's pieces of downed trees, and I've come through and gotten mulch, and I'm trying to just help that rot a little bit, and I topped it with some leaves and a little bit of compost. And I'm going to stop this and go, whew. Many years ago, well over 100 years ago, well over 100 years ago, this used to be a logging camp. So we find axes, axe heads, and old coins, and old bottle caps and stuff. We also find wooden barrel rings, and you can see this is going right through there. It's all buried, and I could try to pull it up, and I just have to come out with a shovel and dig it up, because I'm always catching my foot on it. It's not very pleasant, especially with my back acting up like it is. So you can see that this right here, yesterday I was able to pull this down, and it's not rotted to the point where I can collect any mulch from it yet, but it will be soon enough. But I'll be dragging that along there, and that will become a hugelkultur bed wall. And when this finished falling, this striped maple was actually pushed over, and it's still alive because you can see it budding over there. Maybe you can still see it budding over there, but it's overlapping my garden, so I'm gonna have to cut that back. And I know a man that sorry. I know a man that's looking for a walking stick, so he's gonna measure up to his armpit for me, and that will probably, this right here will become 1 or 2 walking sticks, whether it's one's for him and one's for somebody else, or maybe one for me at this point. Okay. Okay. This right here is a dead birch. You can see it's got some bracket fungus on it, and you can see this is pretty much rotting away. So that will become part of this wall right here as well. And it's going to go from the corner of that rock wall area over there, and it's going to be filling this area here. So work in progress. There's another dead birch right there that I'll add to my wall. And basically I'm just following the landscape. Excuse me. This is club moss. Reminds me of prehistoric stuff. This right here is tea berry. And in the shade they don't produce berries. They like the sun. They like the sun. So in the sun they'll produce berries. So you can see this is pretty much where I stopped adding to my Hugelkultur bed that goes along a whole property. This right here is not in the place where I want it. So I'm going to move that to the outside edge. But you can see the progress here, the process. And over the winter I had all this stuff picked up. So I'll be picking up some, leaving some to decompose naturally because this still needs to be fed. This land does. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to walk you along this whole length. And it looks like a mess, but it's a work in progress. There'll be a huge, huge, huge gardening bed here in a few years. Right here's a huge tree. And I've been waiting for that to pop over. But that's... Anyway, that's about 2 feet across down there. 2.5 probably if you go out to the very edge where it rotted. So maybe even close to 3. Okay. Work in progress. Work in progress. These right here, I've been trying to clean up and I've been trying to bring it together. Fill depressions while I can too, because I want it to, aluminum foil from somewhere. Bear must have, the compost was right there, so I wonder if a bear come and helped itself to some nutrients and decided that wasn't worth carrying last fall because the leaves had fallen on top of it. So I'll come back and get that. I'll put it, yeah, I'll just stop this. Yeah, I'm just going to put it right here for now so I remember to pick it up later. Here's another birch tree that fell many years ago and I've been waiting for it to rot. I'll eventually break it into sections when it's able. And it's almost able to now. And then I'll just add it. Here's another bed. And I'll just add it. I'll add this one too. Okay, I'm back to where I left off. That's not rotted enough to collect yet, but I'm anxious because I've tripped over that before, not paying attention. Lugging all this stuff, and luckily this tree right here is in my way, so I was able to fall upon that instead of on the ground. This right here I assume is a huge rock from back when they made the camp road. So I am kind of go with the contour here. I'm not going to build on top of it, but build in front of it, maybe to the height. And I should be able to plant something shallow in here eventually, because there's a big old root coming through here. So if it's supporting this tree, then it will support a few plants as well. That's my thought process anyways. You can see this is a long bed, and it keeps going. And it keeps going. This right here, I've been collecting mulch from it this spring. Look at that. Beautiful mulch. Beautiful for the garden. Beautiful, beautiful. And there's a whole line of it here. I've come back and got this. But that one's ready to collect from. This is ready to collect from. And you see some of it goes here. That's going to help the bed in the future. And here's a couple of logs that birch that decompose, so I can start collecting mulch from that because they can't move. I can't move them. They're just too big for me to move, and I can't weave them around these trees. So I'm just saving them for mulch. Same with these over here. If I can't move them, I mulch them. And it all goes back into one of these beds eventually. Maybe, hopefully, probably. Oops, that one's rotted since last year. Good, good. Let that rot in place. And the bed continues. And this right here, you can see this gets a really good angle of the sun in the morning. If I go over here, and this keeps continuing all the way down to our property. Just pretty skimpy because you can see the mess over here. And woo, is that a mess. There's a lot to clean up, but I'm getting there. But hopefully this summer I'll work on this a little bit more. Take down some of these trees that are falling if I can push them over. If I can't, they stay until they fall on their own. And but I'll be building this up. But you can see this right here is a sunny spot. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to plant some wild ramps, which is wild onion, wild garlic, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to introduce it here because they like birch. And you can see there's birch all around here. This one's doing better at leafing out than the rest of them are. Of course, the red leaves, or the red sections are maple. We get a lot of birch here. So I'm going to put some leeks here and cover them up. And they can take anywhere from 6 to 18 months, depending on when you plant them, before they germinate. So I'm hoping that I can get some grow here and hopefully harvest them eventually. But there's plenty of area here for them to grow. Okay, while I'm still here, I'm just going to keep walking. I keep trying to push this over. Maybe I can this year. You get wiggling on me? But I want to be careful. I want to do it the safe way. This right here is rotten. I can come back and collect this mulch. And I'll probably add it along here somewhere to help decompose. Because when wood decomposes, it maintains its moisture. It's almost like it produces moisture. And it will hold moisture in it, and it will help decompose anything around it. So it's nice, rich, moisture mulch. And it's great to mulch your plants and with this stuff because it may provide a little bit of nutrients, but most importantly, it's going to provide good soil eventually. So I got a wicked mess, but I'm getting there.